Hi there, my name is Lisa the Fat Yogini. This is Bruno, my little puppy. He's not really a puppy, he's grown. This one is Shayla, and we just wanted to say welcome to my living room. I'm hoping to share with you some yoga, some very gentle, customizable, body-loving, self-acceptance themed yoga. And I want to play with this in a number of ways, but I thought I would take a few minutes just to go over some basic props that you can get pretty easily that will really help you to enjoy this experience to the fullest. I will do a video at some point showing some alternatives to these basic yoga props, but they've become pretty mainstream. They're really easy to get, usually at local retailers, for relatively inexpensive, and they're easily substituted by even more inexpensive products you could probably source somewhere online. But I thought I'd go over some of my favorite things to practice with. And then there are some more things that I really, really enjoy, but they get a little bit pricier. So this is sort of the basics that I really enjoy to have a full and complete practice that I can customize. So, of course, a good yoga mat. This particular mat was provided to me by B Yoga. It's called the B mat, and it is extremely squishy, but still very supportive and grippy. So I've tried a lot of different mats. Some are squishy, but not very grippy. Some are dense and thick, but not very squishy. And some are grippy with no cushion, and it's really trial and error to find a mat that you enjoy. I would say that I've seen students really gravitate towards the squishy sort of Pilates mats that roll up and have their own sort of built-in strap. And my experience with those is that they're a little bit short and they tend to not be very grippy at all. So try some different things out. Mats these days are pretty affordable in general. You can usually find something decent in the $20 to $40 range. When you start getting into really knowing what your preferences are, then it might be time to invest in a really good quality one. I really recommend these B Yoga mats. They're amazing, and the material is just a dream to practice on. So the other things I like, I have longish hair, and it bugs me when it flies into my face when I'm practicing. As you can see, I also talk with my hands, but I love having a haircut. And I grabbed something like this. It's a little old school, but I like these because I can flip my hair up when I'm doing standing or kneeling poses and seated stuff. But when it comes time to lay on my back, I don't have to fuss with a ponytail holder. Yoga blocks in a variety of sizes are available. They're usually pretty standard. I go for wider ones, which are harder to find, but the narrower ones work just fine. They're basic foam. You can substitute just about any kind of sturdy block made out of wood, or cork, or any other kind of material if you want something and you can't find these, or you just prefer a sturdier material. I don't put a whole ton of my body weight on these, but even when I haven't had any problem with them squishing and not being recoverable. I love having a yoga strap. But you guys, seriously, any non-stretchy strap of at least 4 to 6 feet is perfect. This is a specifically yoga strap with a built-in loop at one end and a buckle. This is handy for certain poses, but honestly, most of the time we're using this just to hold on to or to support a body part. And again, any non-stretchy material is great. If you're doing a gentle, really cuddly sort of practice, which is one of my favorites, then even like a bathrobe belt can be really nice. Even the fuzzy ones sometimes work really well. Biggest thing is to make sure it's long enough because we often use them for poses where the foot goes out in front of us. So you want to have a lot of length. Hi, Bruno. I love having an eye pillow. This is totally a luxury thing. This is not something you need. You could use a warm folded towel or anything over your eyes if you enjoy something on your eyes. This one was made by a woman named Angela. I believe her last name is Riles. I actually won this in a contest, but I love it. It's small. You can get ones that have silk outer coverings, that have scents in them, or that don't. Some of them have lavender buds. This one does. Usually there's some sort of buckwheat, but the weight on the eyes when you're resting on your back with your eyes closed is really soothing and really great at reducing stress or dealing with headaches. It's really nice, but it's not needed. It's my preference. And if you find one, they can be really nice to play with. Again, you can still use a folded towel or something if you want the darkness or the weight without messing with something like this. Finally, any firm blanket. So you want to avoid, ideally, something too squishy, because for these, oftentimes we're using them to sit up on or to create a little bit of support. Sometimes they're nice just for weight and sometimes just for warmth. So depending on the practice we're doing, blankets are great. And I often have both soft, squishy blankets for the sort of blanket I want to cuddle up with or cover up with, or these weighted proper yoga blankets. But truly, you guys, these are just cotton blankets. There's nothing super fancy about them. These fold and are quite firm, which is nice because they don't squish down as much as something fuzzy. But my wife knits, and her blankets are great to practice with. And so there's a bunch, again, just a preference sort of thing. There's a bunch of options. So those are my sort of top basic props that I enjoy practicing with. If you have to choose what you're going to start out with, then a lot of times you can actually find sets, whether locally or online, that have a strap, a mat, and a couple of blocks, and that's awesome. So that's all I have for you for today. I just wanted to give a quick overview of what's useful for supplies, and hopefully I will see you on the mat for a practice very, very soon. Talk to you later.